Quotes about sometimes. The greatest lesson in life is to know that even fools are right sometimes. Sometimes the best things in life happened by accident. Sometimes things have to go very wrong before they can be right. Sometimes life gives you the test before you have had time to learn the lesson. Sometimes life doesn't give you what you want, not because you don't deserve it, but because you deserve better. No matter how many times you break down, there should always be a little voice inside you that says, no, you are not done yet. Get back up. Sometimes when things seem to be falling apart, they may actually be falling into place. Don't be afraid to live in the unknown. Sometimes the questions are better than the answers. Sometimes people put up walls not to keep others out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. Sometimes the one we want is actually the one you are best without. Sometimes the people whom we have known for only a short time have a bigger impact on us than those we have known forever. Yeah. Sometimes what holds you together and what tears you apart are the same thing. If something is not happened to you, doesn't mean it's never going to happen. Sometimes you are just not ready for it. I know it seems odd sometimes, but remember one thing. Through every dark night, there is a bright day after that. So, no matter how hard it gets, stick your chest out, keep your head up, and handle it. The sky isn't always blue, the sun doesn't always shine, so it's okay to fall apart sometimes, but always remember to get up again. Sometimes we have to stop and let the tears follow. Sometimes following your heart means breaking someone else's. Sometimes what we want isn't what's best for us. Yeah. Sometimes it's not the pain that makes you suffer. It's your only negative thought that makes things seem worse. Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. Yes. Sometimes when people push you away, it's because they need you to pull them closer. Sometimes when you are mad, you have the right to be mad. But you don't have the right to be cruel. Sometimes people put up walls not to keep others out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. So be careful. Sometimes we make someone else out priority than those who really deserve it. Okay? Sometimes what you feel the most to do is the very thing that will set you free. Yeah, I repeat, sometimes what you feel the most to do is the very thing that will set you free. Sometimes you have to follow your heart and don't worry about what others think. Sometimes the greatest moments happened unplanned, and the greatest regrets occur from not reaching what is planned. Sometimes words are just not enough. Sometimes moving on can be hard and hurts, but holding on to something that never be is even harder and hurtful. Sometimes the most important thing you will need to know is how to be your own best friend. Be your best friend no matter what. Sometimes it just feels best to cry so our heart can express itself in a way that words cannot. Don't be afraid when life brings you to unfamiliar paths. Sometimes they are the ones that bring you to the best places. Sometimes following your heart means breaking someone else's. Sometimes all you need is a broken heart to realize that something even better is right in front of our eyes, just waiting to be found. Sometimes the harder you try to forget, sometimes the more you seem to remember it. Sometimes we underestimate a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or even the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around. Sometimes it's easier to get wrapped up in details of life and forget about the things that bring us true joy. Sometimes you just need someone who will listen to you. Just need someone who will listen to you. I like to pretend that everything's alright, because when everybody thinks you are fine, sometimes you forget for a while that you are not. Yes, sometimes someone's silence shows you how they feel about you more than their words ever could. Sometimes quiet people have a lot to say, but they don't open up and just amble. When you are different, sometimes you don't see the millions of people who accept you for what you are. Yes, all you notice is the one person who doesn't. Sometimes the only way to win the fight is to just walk away. Sometimes you have to stop staring at your problems and start seeing how beautiful life really is. Sometimes it's just feelings best to cry so our heart can express itself in a way that words cannot. Sometimes bad things in life open up your eyes to the good things you weren't paying attention to before. Sometimes people never get what they deserve because they are too busy holding on to things they are supposed to let go of. Sometimes the heart sees what is invisible to the eye. Sometimes we spend too much time thinking about someone who doesn't even think of us for a second. Can you imagine? Sometimes the greatest moments happen unplanned. Yeah. Sometimes it takes good for to really know where we stand. Life is like pressure cooker. Sometimes you have got to let off a little steam to keep from burning your top. Sometimes you just need to slow down, stay calm, and just let things come to you. Thank you for listening. Share.